You're listening to Sudbury News Talk.
I want to show you something.
Stand by. On the morning shift.
Anything
could happen.
Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Sudbury News Talk. On the morning shift, I'm AJ Walsh. Glad to be here with you. Thank you for being with us this morning. It's going to be a great show, as usual. It is Monday. It is January the 15th, 2024. And we are live on CKLU 96.7 FM on the radio and CKLU.ca for streaming. You just go there. You click on the Radio Player Canada app. You can stream us. You can download the same Radio Player Canada app, and you can take us with you. Listen to us anywhere, anytime, on your favorite device. We are Sudbury News Talk, where you're able to share your views on the news through commenting through our Facebook or YouTube channels and pages. You just go to youtube.com/Sudbury News or facebook.com/Sudbury News, and you can like, share, subscribe, and follow. But mainly, comment. We'll do our best to read the comments for those listening either on the radio or live streaming at cklu.ca. And we'll get the comments put up on the screen for those who are watching. And again, if you're not able to catch the show live, which we have quite a few on already this morning. We've had quite a few new followers recently with some viral posts that we've had on from the cameras, the speed cameras, the photo radar cameras that are coming to our city very shortly. And also asking people what they thought of the snow removal, how it was this winter so far in the last week. We have Annick Gervais joining us today. She's on, and I was aware that she came on, but trying to get all kinds of devices loaded this morning after they're very lethargic from a weekend that, they're not running. So good morning, Annick. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Aaron. It's so good to be on the show.
Caught you in the middle of taking a little sip of your morning beverage?
Yeah.
And what is it that you partake of in the morning for your beverage, might I ask?
It's like a hot chocolate.
Nice. A morning
it's
hot
a hot chocolate. Yeah, it's cocoa. It has cocoa. It has collagen. It's called Perk. It kind of sounds weird, What are you drinking? I'm drinking Perk.
Not Perks with an S.
No.
Confused.
But it's true. Aaron, I looked into coffee, and there's war happening with coffee beans. And there's really bad chemicals being sprayed on coffee beans. And there's a lot, there's a pretty big rabbit hole when it comes to coffee. And I don't know, those lineups at Tim Hortons, people will be late for work. They will be late probably for their own wedding to make sure to get their coffee. It's just very expensive. Not that this isn't expensive, but it's way healthier, cleaner. I remember I was completely addicted to my coffee. If I didn't have my coffee, I would have a migraine.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us the same. A lot of us would be in the same boat.
I don't want to be addicted to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched.
Addicted to being non-addicted to anything.
I am so addicted at being non-addicted.
Yeah, I think it's liberating, right? If you don't need something that's not natural. A lot of people say, I need my coffee. And sure, a lot of people listening or watching are in the same boat. And we sometimes celebrate that. And together we go, yes,
we've normalized this caffeine addiction, and that's what it is. It's an addiction. I've noticed my mind being clearer, less anxiety. My body is my temple. And if I'm addicted to anything, it's dumbing me down. And I feel like we are in a time that we need to be completely awake, not just with opinions, but really awake and aware in all senses. I truly believe that I'm like a spirit having a human experience.
Mm-hmm.
So are these addictions bringing down my spirit? And I think yes.
Cool. Well, that'll be the theme of the show then. What brings us up? What brings us down? Let's concentrate on doing what we can to build ourselves up and build others around us up, and start trying to either move away from the things that take us down, or just questioning it at least. That's the beginning stages to have a
Exactly.
more vibrant, joyful existence on this planet.
Isn't that the goal?
I would hope so. I would
So-
hope so. And if it's within our capabilities, then if we had some control over it, let's do that. So what we don't have control over, but some people might, is the weather. So we're going to
the
talk about
weather.
weather. Then we're going to come back a little bit of the sports. I'll bring you back on for the sports because really the Five are in action. The Wolves also, 2 games for the Fives, 2 games for the Wolves, and it's worth a little bit of a conversation anyways on those 2 teams. So let's dive right into some weather, and we'll be back with everyone's comments, Nick Gervais, local headlines, a little deep dive into Pierre Poilievre has been in town this last weekend, so we'll talk a little bit more about that and much more when we come back. Stay tuned. And local weather brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. For all things Sudbury weather, visit sudburyweather.ca or just go to your app. Okay, minus 11, but it feels like minus 19. I don't know. I thought it felt like minus 11 this morning when I got out there. I didn't think it felt much more than that, but how can you argue with Environment Canada? Today, flurries, risk of snow squalls over southern sections, about 5 centimeters. The wind will be gusting up to about 40. High of minus 8, wind chill minus 20 this morning, and minus 15 this afternoon. Tonight, flurries ending late this evening, then mainly cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries. Again, risk of snow squalls over southern sections this evening. Local amount 2 to 4 centimeters. So altogether, we could get up to 9 centimeters of snow. Winds again, 40 kilometers per hour. Low of minus 17, wind chill minus 16 in the evening, minus 22 overnight. And Tuesday, a mix of sun and cloud, 60% chance of flurries, wind up to 15 kilometers, so very mild wind. High of minus 10 with the wind chill minus 25 in the morning and minus 17 in the afternoon. A look at your longer range. Tuesday, again, minus 10, a 60% chance of flurries. The same as on Wednesday, 60% chance with a high of minus 12. Mix of sun and cloud all the way from Thursday to Sunday, minus 13, minus 15, minus 14, and then minus 8. So you got pretty much, after the next 2 days of a chance of flurries, you got pretty much the same weather, low to the mid-teens minuses there. And then getting a little warmer, if you can even, less cold, I guess you can say, on Sunday, minus 8. But we'll see when we get there. Everything kind of changes. And then a look at your satellite for those who are able to see it. For those on the radio, it's a mixed bag of just, you can see clearing and clouds all over Ontario. And that is your Sudbury weather, brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. We'll be back with some sports, and Nick Gervais, your comments, and much, much more right after this. Okay, and we are back, and I'll get Nick's mic on here so we can hear what she has to say. And Sudbury 5, they've been having a good year so far. I think they've only lost 2 games. They've played about 6 or 7 games. They've only lost 2. They came away with 1 win and 1 loss, not in that order. They lost on Friday, but won on Saturday this weekend in their 5th year anniversary of the 5 facing the Pharaohs. 5th year of the 5 facing the Pharaohs.
Wow.
And
I like it.
yeah, so they won.
And
that
they
game.
won?
They won. They won.
That's awesome. I just love watching Sudbury 5. I haven't gotten tickets.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go watch. And it's so entertaining. And if
It
you
is.
are watching and you're local and you have children and you're wondering what to do, go get tickets. It is so fun.
100%. If you've been to a Wolves game and you like that, it's a whole different vibe in a good way. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't take away of how cool and good going to a Wolves game is, but it's just all that much different and still it's cool in its own way. It's a whole different, even the music's
It's
different.
entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheaper than going to the movies.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome for sure. And
Well, I don't know. It depends if you buy the popcorn and the pop and the things and but
it's probably similar to going to the movies. It's a
Right.
very similar. You're gonna go to the movies. You're gonna go to a 5 game.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, right? If no good movies on, obviously, then you don't have a choice. You're gonna go to the 5. Or
Have you
can-
noticed that there
Yep.
not very many good movies on?
Oh, they've been getting worse and worse, and even more so, they can't come up with any new ideas. They have to just keep remaking every single movie that's ever been made. Right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, where's our creative people these days? Can't we come up with
What
our own
happened?
new movies? Anyways, it is.
Right.
We just change the characters, change a little twist on it, make it more politically relevant. I guess you can say make political
Right.
statements with
Right.
remakes, and that's about it.
Yes.
So now our Sudbury Wolves also in action over the weekend, and the same result. They won their first game on
Woohoo.
Friday against Flint.
You know what's really cool about that? My daughter asked Santa for a Wolves teddy bear
No
because she
way.
is a Wolves fan.
Yeah, well, I guess so. We were
How
at
cool
the.
is that?
It's cool. The Sudbury Arena is full of kids on any given night that I've been there. And it just really, they're so loud. They get so into it. They're just, every time they score, every time it says go Wolves go on the Jumbotron, they're just like, go Wolves go. Like they're just so into it. And it just the players on the ice, you can tell they feel it. It gets everyone else going. They're having fun. They're up doing that floss dance and stuff, all the time.
I love it.
Anyways, so yeah, they won the game in Flint and then they lost against Windsor on Saturday. Wow. I caught, I think, the last half of the game on Eastlink, and I listened to the play-by-play on CKLU. I put the radio on and I watched the broadcast. And anyways, wow, they lost 11. I think they ended up getting a goal at the end, 11-7. But it was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was like,
Did you say 11-7?
yeah, there's 18 goals.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Vaughn
Sorry, I'm
was-
actually texting Dario and I'm like, Dario, can we get some tickets to give out on the show?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. I don't think I remember watching a hockey game with that many.
Oh yeah,
goals.
they're rare enough. I think nowadays there's more goals. I think we've been seeing Sudbury actually, winning usually at home with 10 goals. I think they had like 3 games where they got 10 goals in a row or whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, players are just they're learning all these new skills. The sticks are just wow, they bend now like they're made of a different material other than wood, and they just the firepower is just totally way more than it used to be. So there's more. We're seeing more goals. They're talking about maybe shrinking the size of the net. And that's after shrinking the goalies' pads because they wanted more goals for fans, right? So they actually shrunk the goalies' equipment a little bit. So now it's just there's tons of goals. It is what it is, and it's exciting for fans.
Well,
to
so
see the
then
goals.
everybody needs to get new goalie pads.
Well,
But
that's
what if you decide not to? Like, is that against the rules? Like,
because it's regulation, right? So, but again,
okay.
they allow for time for the little ones and stuff to, they just eventually incorporate it, so it's not going to break their bank or anything. But anyways, that's the Sudbury Wolves. They'll be in action on Wednesday against Barrie Colts, I believe. Wow, it's neck and neck in their division. They're first, in their division.
No
Right now.
way.
Yeah, Sudbury Wolves. Yeah.
Wow.
And but they're only 1 point up on North Bay, which won their last 2 games.
Right.
There's also 2 or 3 other teams neck and neck right there, like 1 or 2 points behind, 2 or 3 points behind. They beat the best team in the Western Division, Kitchener Rangers, last week. Also, the Brantford Bulldogs, which were nipping at their heels, no pun intended, for the first place spot in the division. So their division is very tight. There's a lot of teams that are there. They got to really compete. They picked up a few good players recently. They made some trades, and they got 2 captains of other teams, like 2 of
Whoa.
some of their best players, and a local player as well. So they're making a run for it. They want to win a championship this year, and they're putting the people on the ice they think are going to do it. Now, my goalie Nathan
Yeah.
Krawchuk, he's basically the third wheel now, so they only
Oh
usually have 2
no.
goalies. And every time they put him in, he's like astounding. I don't know. Again, I'm not Rob Papineau, so I'm not
Right.
gonna whatever. But I've said, you heard me tell Dario that I thought he
I
was,
did.
even though he was young, I couldn't care less. He has what it takes. Now, whether he's going to get the chance, I don't know what else someone's seeing that I'm not seeing. It is what it is. But they got 2 other goalies they're going to put ahead of him, as far as I can see, going on right now. But
I went and watched my nephew play hockey in Barrie, double A. What? That was really intense, Aaron. Like, here's
yeah,
his aunt's just like, pass the puck,
yeah,
pass the puck. Like, I got so involved. And my brother, like, looks at me and he's like, it's hard, eh? Like, this is not easy. Like, this is not even your kid. And then he looks at all the parents in his team and he's like, yeah, sorry. It's, Felix's aunt and it's first time watching the hockey game. And it's just,
yeah,
I can't even imagine being a hockey, like, I'm really happy I'm not a hockey parent and I
yeah.
don't really want to be a hockey parent. The politics involved, everything that's involved, like if it's just really stressful. It was, and then I had to remind myself, like, they are 11 years old and
100%. Yeah,
they're
I know.
11 years old. But how fun is that? It was just so fun.
And you just mentioned getting really involved and getting heated and things like that. There's a story that just came out this morning. I was listening on the CBC on the way in.
Oh, how perfect is this?
A teen hockey player's 5-game suspension for insulting an opponent is too harsh, says the Sudbury, Ontario coach.
Oh my gosh.
So around the same age, a 13-year-old hockey player in Sudbury received a 5-game suspension before the Christmas break after an incident which he insulted an opponent using language that the referee deemed was discriminatory. The teen's coach says he doesn't condone his player's words, but believes the punishment was too severe. 5 games.
Wow.
And they're talking about, like, you can cross-check someone in the face
Yeah.
and you'll get, 5 minutes or 4 minutes, and you might get a game suspension or something. But if you say, something discriminatory, you get a 5-game suspension. So they're just wondering, okay, what's deemed more hurtful, or why
Right.
don't things match what's being done? And yeah, he does think you shouldn't be going around saying things to people, but you shouldn't also go around cross-checking people in the face. I mean, so let's have this discussion at least, right? So, but that's the headline from CBC.
Yeah, they're just saying in 2021, Hockey Canada, the national governing body for ice hockey, started to take a harsher stance on discrimination. But, like, what about, like you said, just cross-checking, like, that's long-term damages. I'm sorry, but, like, people
Yeah.
will say things, but you
Yeah.
really have to suck it up, buttercup there.
Yeah, I know. And it is, again, right? Like, it's like,
All about feelings, we've talked about
yeah,
this. That's where we're going. It's just like, he hurt my feelings. And now
yeah,
this kid is being punished for 5
games
yeah.
suspension. Yeah. So again, I forget what he said. I was trying to hear what he said. They beeped out some things. I couldn't really tell what was said. Some things you shouldn't say at all. And again, but you shouldn't also do certain physical things on the ice either. But just want to say good morning to a few of the people that are joining us. Monique, good morning. Marianne is from Barrie. She's cold, and she usually likes and shares the show, which we really appreciate. And
That's
Judy
awesome.
on Facebook. Denise, good morning, and stay safe and healthy. As we were talking about health this morning, stay warm as well. Good morning. Belinda usually has, her positive statement of the day. Good morning. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase, never forget what a difference you make. So true.
Love it, Belinda. So true.
Faith is
All about faith.
moving forward, even though you don't 100% know. You just feel it out. You make a calculated decision whether this is the right thing. You move forward with faith. That's what it is, without absolute knowledge of what you're doing.
I'm reading more of the story.
Okay.
And they're saying that there's been 913 on ice calls for discrimination across the Canada in the season of 2022 to 2023.
Yeah, they're really cracking down on that. Yeah.
Wow. And what someone else was saying was kids are going to talk, and eventually maybe they will just stop using their words and start using their fists, because it seems that is more tolerable today.
Possibly,
and most kids don't even know what they're saying is actually discriminatory.
Yeah. And in the heat of the moment in hockey, they allow fighting, for crying out loud. Like where in society, other than boxing or UFC or whatever, it's okay to fight.
Right.
And everyone in the crowds are cheering it on. Like if you did that on the street, you'd be arrested, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'd have assault and all this stuff, and you'd have a criminal record.
This is a foreshadowing of the streets, where one day you make a comment or a joke. It's just a joke, but someone's like, oh, you get arrested for discrimination.
Oh, no, that's where we're headed for sure. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Your words are worse than physical. Marianne says the snow removal there is behind, which she's surprised. But then again, they had snow squalls all day yesterday and didn't see one plow out. And that's in Barrie. So I put a post out in Sudbury about what did people think about the snow removal. And we had a mixed bag of some people said, oh, it's good. Most people didn't, though. Maurice, good morning. Gates, criminal Justin Trudeau and the communist liberals and NDP are handing us a rope so they can hang us later. There you go. That's food for thought. Liette, good morning. Sudbury from chilly Collingwood. Beautiful place. I guess the ski hills now got some snow for people who want to go skiing in Collingwood. And good morning, Mona. Good morning, Belinda. Belinda's saying good morning to you, Nick. Good morning.
Good morning, Belinda.
Heart emoji for you. And good morning, both of us and Sudbury citizens.
Oh.
Today, third Monday of January, is labeled the most depressing day of the year.
Wow.
Fight against it and think about what makes you happy.
How are you feeling today?
I'm actually not depressed.
Me neither.
I'm
having a really good day.
Yeah, for sure. I'm having a not bad day myself. So far, I mean, the day just started, right? I'm not looking forward to the day. A lot of things I got to pull up my socks and I have to confront some things at work, but that's, it's what you got to do sometimes.
Humans.
Good morning, Claire. Nick says good morning, Nick. And sometimes our thing doesn't work to get up there. So Leandre, correct? Leandre? Am I pronouncing that correctly, Nick?
Oh, Leandre, yeah. Not the WHO, not the WEF.
Okay. The WHO, WF, not the UN. Canada belongs to Canada, basically, to be Canadian, for sure. Censorship kills. Well, we got a lot of people they got kind of like their statements this morning about
I like it.
What they're standing up for kind of thing. Pam, I used to love going to the Sudbury Arena. However, it's not big people friendly. Last time I went, I had to stand at the top the whole time because my hips are too big to fit in the seats, and I know it's big people problems, but still sucks. LOL. And you're not the only one. I mean, they're not the most comfortable seats in the world. It is what it is. And yes, can get pretty crowded sometimes. There's always someone in my seat when I go there. Like we have seats for CKLU, and there's always somebody in them, and it's always a big thing to say, "Excuse me, you're in my seat." Well, can't you? There's an open seat there. The guy says, "Oh, there's an open seat right there." I'm like, "Yeah, but
okay,
these are CKL you seats. He goes, well, I was here first. It's like, okay, whatever.
No way.
Yeah, I just avoid talking to the guy. He's always there. So I just go find it.
So he just goes and gets these. Well, no, he must have a ticket because he
has
can't
a
get into
ticket,
the
but
area.
it's not for there, obviously. It's for somewhere else.
That's funny.
Yeah, Jerome says, good, beautiful winter morning. Belinda, watching local hockey, no better way to promote community spirit. It's true. There's a lot of good things about our local hockey as well.
Yeah. I'm curious to know about the arena, if anything's moved on with the arena.
Yeah, for sure. They've just bulldozed down the Lido Hotel. They bought up all of the businesses around the downtown area. The Doghouse is gone.
Wow.
Golden Grain Bakery, they bought it. They're going to demolish that. The Wacky Wings was the only holdout, but they just basically said we're taking it anyways. That's what happens. They expropriated it, I think is the term. The only sad part is that everyone can't participate because they're going cashless at the Sudbury Arena. No more cash.
Well,
cash less, right? So let's say you're a senior or whatever, or it's just. I found parking the other day. I thought with the app was so convenient. I was at Cambrian College and I used the app once before, so all my information was already in that hotspot app.
Okay.
So I went and I was like, oh no, I just wish there was a meter and there was just a number. It was like, oh, okay, the hotspot.
There it is.
I did this before. I had to put my information in, my credit card, my license plate, all this stuff. So it took me about 15 minutes the first time. Now I just went to it and it said, okay, credit card's already in here. License plate the same. Yeah. Okay. What's the number on the sign? Number. Okay. How long do you want? Okay. An hour. Done. Boom. I went in. So I was like, wow, that was easy.
I know.
But a friend of mine, or I think it was my brother, said, but just think about people that aren't savvy on their phones or whatever. And
it's very frustrating.
It is. So it does discriminate, speaking of discrimination,
right,
against a certain segment of our population, but it doesn't seem like anyone's holding back. They're moving forward to the whole cashless thing.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Pam. Pam's saying just like Silver City that I don't know why I'm not seeing it on my app. I'm seeing it on yours. Oh, it's you can't buy tickets at the counter anymore in Silver City. You have to buy them online.
Oh, they don't even have those self ticket places anymore?
Must be self tickets or some. I know other places where you buy the popcorn. That's where you buy the tickets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I know you just go to the machine at the Imagine Cinemas in the what used to be the whatever Rainbow City Center. I forget what it's called now, Elm Place or something. So you go in there and it's just like a kiosk and you pick your seat and you do it all yourself. I'm pretty sure they still have that at Silver City, but I know they're wanting you to just do it online as well. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for being with us. Tanya as well. Good morning, and Nick. The left are taking over the game. Leon. I would think they're already, Prime Minister of our country is. The President of the United States is. So that's taking over for sure. And then there's the whole globalist thing here that Denise is referring to. A war on the healthy is, and nobody's on our side. They won't even address the pain the healthy are experiencing. Paid work for the WHO. Okay, so Marianne says, yes, some community arenas are vending machines that don't take cash. Yeah, hockey is being politicized for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
And the whole Hockey Night in Canada now is just a big, when they talk in between the game and stuff, there's all kinds of political correct jargon going on. And you're like, just talk about hockey, please.
Right.
Don't talk about the way people need to behave and act in society all the time and browbeat everyone.
It's just in your face all the time.
Exactly.
And I remember someone talking about he's a black actor. And I'm not going to say African American because he's not from Africa. Sometimes you say you want to be politically correct and it's just like, I'm not African. Anyway, he's really famous. He's from Hollywood. And he just says, the more you talk about racism, the more racism happens.
Yeah.
So the more we talk about discriminatory, the more it's going to happen. And you would think that wouldn't be the case. But it seems like the more that it's in our face, the more we're seeing it, the more we're poking at it. Like, we just have to be kind. And
I think, let's just all be kind. So here's Helen. I haven't seen Helen on before. So basically, good morning, Helen. Thanks for being with us. I used to go and see my grandkid playing hockey and could not believe some parents yelling, cursing words at the kid on the ice. I don't blame the kids. I blame the parents' attitude.
For sure.
I want to see great, fun hockey like it should be. I think a lot of people agree with that.
Yeah, no, I remember going with my family, and my older cousin was in the background, and he dropped an F-bomb yelling. I'm like, whoa, I turned around like, whoa, we don't need to drop F-bombs here. Like, whoa, dude. They're 11 years old.
Yeah, 11, dropping the F-bomb at them and stuff.
Yeah. And I told my brother, I promise next time I'm going to be better.
Awesome. Tammy says, good morning. Just waking up. Just waking up. The little hope you all have a great day. And that's Tammy.
Yes. Pam says, you're probably going to read it, but she says, the more energy we put to a thought as a collective, the more we manifest it into reality. And there's a lot of truth to that. You know, if we all just focused on love and we all focused on kind, and there was just news articles, journalists, and Facebook, and you weren't allowed to post anything negative, the world would shift very quickly, because then people would have hope. They would have faith to see all this positivity in the world. And then we would be programmed to just look at the positivity. And when someone isn't being kind, we'd be like, oh man, that person needs love. Obviously, they didn't take their love pill today.
Yeah, exactly. Our society is getting interesting. Monique, good rising all. And just trying to catch some of the people, too, that are coming on. Good morning from YouTube here. Got a few people on from YouTube. Are you able to tell how many people are watching on YouTube on any of your devices, Nick?
No.
If you go to Sudbury News.
Let's see.
YouTube. The reason being, I'm saying there's all these weird things going on with social media all the time where they don't show you how many people are actually on or actually liking it. You know, it says I have 10 likes, but then I go look into the statistics later and it says 111 likes. So it's like,
does it show on your website if you're live?
Yeah. And it shows how many people are watching.
I don't see anything.
If you go to the page, it's right on this. You go to youtube.com/Sudbury News. And then it'll say live. And then you click on it. And then it says how many people are watching. Just because every time when I have the chance to go on and just see, it would have been like 1 or 2 times. It says 5 or 6. It's fine. But then when I get off, it says 1. So it's like, why are they saying
7 watching?
See, that's what I mean, right? Then I'll go off later. I'll take a screen capture of it when I get off today, and I'll show you. It'll say 1 or 2. So why do little nitpicky things? 7 isn't the greatest in the world. It's not like I'm going to go out and say to people, I had 7 people on my YouTube today. Like brag about it. They're going to say 7 people. I mean, that's a far cry from Joe Rogan or whatever, right? So I mean, why even lie? Yeah, why do they have to say 1 or 2? Like what? Like what is that all about? I have no idea. So Anne, good morning. Or sorry, Amy. Woo.
Her mom just decided to spell it differently.
No,
Amy's my girl.
That's fine. Amy.
You know her. You met her.
I have, yes.
Yep.
So she's reading a book because you told, I guess.
Yeah, it's called a Jesus Calling book. It's a daily thing. It's really cool. It brings more kindness and love into the world, everybody.
There you go. It's like a daily sayings of the day kind of thing. And
yes.
Good. Always good to have more positive things going in. That way more positive things come out.
Right. Exactly.
100% trying to get through. I don't know if I'm going to get through all the comments here. I'm trying to get through the
You might
comments.
not. This is taking a really long time.
You know what, though? That's kind of like our morning segment. Oh, no, we're here. We're here. We made it.
We made it? Okay.
We made it. There are a couple stories here. So, Pierre Poilievre was in town on the weekend.
Yes.
Now, this was all part of his Axe the Tax tour.
Oh, yeah?
Carbon tax, it's a thing. It's increasing our.
Oh, no, I see it on my natural gas bill. I paid an extra 40 something dollars.
Oh, interesting. You must have been really
go check
thankful
your.
for that. So
Yes.
that way you can be contributing, to helping the climate, correct? Because I mean,
Right.
that's the only way we're
We'll
going to
just
help
throw
the
money at
climate.
it. I'll just go outside and throw tooties outside and see what happens.
Yeah, throw money at the climate because apparently the climate needs money in order to change.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just see here. Canadian Taxpayers Federation are very aware because taxes, climate change, carbon tax. So the Taxpayers Federation of Canada are very, vocal about what's going on and how it affects people. So we'll just check in with video from them. We'll see what you think about it. I just got to make sure everything is set up first. So she's out. It's really cold out west right now. There's like minus 50 with the wind chill. So she's out gassing up and has a little message for us here.
Hey, happy winter. It's about minus 40 out right now. So it's super cold. And I'm trying to pump some gas here without freezing my hand. So this is just a reminder. It is about minus 40 degrees outside right now with the wind. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government is punishing Canadians with his carbon tax for the sin of staying warm this winter. So it's going to cost you about $300 extra this winter to heat your home in the carbon tax. And now he's going to be jacking up the carbon tax this coming April. So that means, things like gasoline, diesel, home heating like natural gas and propane are all going to cost you more. In fact, the average Alberta family is going to be out more than $900 just this year, just in Justin Trudeau's carbon tax. That's net. That's with the rebates factored in. Folks, this is all of the financial pain for people who can't afford it right now with no environmental gain. Okay, it is not making a dent in emissions. The carbon tax is just an enormous tax grab. So do the right thing, pick up the phone, make a call to your member of parliament, send an email to the Prime Minister, sign our petition to scrap the carbon tax in Canada.
Oh, at least they're trying to do something right with the carbon tax, trying to
Mind if I touch your
scrap
wiener?
it. So yeah.
What?
No, this is dumb.
Dog.
They always play a video right after. It's so hard to get a video to play on Facebook at all. But then right away, they got to play the next video. And they don't make it hard to play the next video. Like they make it so I can't stop the next video from happening. I have
It's
to watch
funny.
it
It
first.
was seemed like
and
a very inappropriate video.
It's hugely inappropriate. It's like someone even
Hey.
puts it on purpose. Yeah, it's bizarre. Okay, so
This is true. I like I said, I'm pretty sure I paid between $35 and $42 on one bill, 1 month. So yeah, $300. That makes sense.
yeah, so Pierre
Minimum, I'll
Poilievre,
be paying that.
that's right. So Pierre Poilievre's in town. He was claiming basically that at the end of the day, when Justin Trudeau's carbon tax is right to the point, he's doing it in stages, right? So he's not putting it all out there right away. According to Pierre Poilievre, he's lied about how much he was going to tax everyone. At first, he said he's only going to tax people so much, but he's already gone over and above that and said instead of 50%, it's going to be like 300 or something like that. But anyways, the information is out there. At the end of the day, when all of this carbon tax is done, guess how much tax will be on our gas? Just the gas you put in your car. Like how many cents you
Oh my
think will
gosh.
just be carbon tax? It's already mostly taxed to begin with, and it's going to stay there. They're not taking away other taxes. So just a brand new carbon tax, when it's all rolled out in all the stages, guess how many cents per liter the carbon tax will be? Can you take a wild guess?
Like a percentage?
No, just the amount
Or
of
like-
cents. You know how it says, okay,
I'll say
gas is
2 cents a liter,
you want to take
5
another?
cents a liter, 12 cents a liter,
Sorry
20.
Okay.
It's more?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
3 times more, 20 cents. Can you take a guess on what that is?
65 cents a liter.
Close enough. Close enough. So you got it's
Wow.
61 cents
So it's
a
gonna
liter.
be $1. It's gonna be over. Eventually, it's gonna be over $1. We're gonna be paying
Well, who knows, right?
to carbon, but nobody's talking about where this money is going.
I know.
And Aaron, they can't even talk about that carbon's actually bad for the planet. No one has actually showed actual proof that carbon is bad for the planet. We need carbon.
If
You know,
anything,
they think these people, you know, even my brother, I went there and they're like, yeah, farming's really bad, cows. I'm like, no, you're being lied to. This is not true.
food is terrible for the climate.
You know how much grass these cows are eating? No, guys, you're being lied to. Literally, they're eating grass. They're pooping it back. It's just a cycle that they're doing. You know, the chemtrails that they're spraying in the air and it's going on the ground, that's not really good and destroying the ground. And then on the ground,
The what?
the chemtrails.
What's that?
You know, when you look into the sky, Aaron, and you just see lines, it's not normal.
Why not?
That is not normal. Those aren't clouds, people.
I thought clouds were straight lines that crisscrossed over each other.
Well, no, the heavens aren't playing tic-tac-toe up there.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought it was God and Jesus or someone playing tic-tac-toe all the time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what I thought was going on.
You know, it's funny how people can't just open their mind that this is happening. And it's just like, look at the sky. And they're just,
Doesn't that tell you something about our society, though? It's something that just goes on over our heads each and every day. People don't even pay attention to. They don't even really know what's going on, and they don't question it. That tells you something right there. That is a test of where we're at in our society, or at least, you know. So we're going to tax everybody 61 cents. That's just in gas for the car, let alone whatever your home heating is. Like you said, $40 more. That's in the first phase. It's going to go 2 more phases, I think. So you're going to be paying way more than $40 more per month on your home heating. So Pierre Poilievre in town, he's promising if he's elected, he's going to axe the tax. He's not going to keep this tax going. So Sudbury.com was there. He was on the back of a pickup truck, basically. He had the what might be the candidate of Nickel Belt, Charles Humphrey, and I believe the candidate Ian Symington, who you know, who is the candidate for the Conservatives on each side of him holding signs. Anyways, political things sometimes are funny when you can see them, but taxes aren't funny. And paying 61 cents more for gas is not funny. Okay, so we need to do something about this, but Pierre Poilievre's promising he is going to do something about it. Let's just see
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre got a real taste of Northern Ontario winter as he spent the weekend touring the 5 major cities, making a Sudbury stop for a press conference under his new billboard at Lorne and Walnut Streets, followed by a rally for supporters at the Holiday Inn on Regent Street.
I arrived here to work on my tan. It's not going very well.
Speaking from the tailgate of a pickup truck, Poilievre was flanked by supporters, including local Conservative candidate Charles Humphrey and Dr. Ian Symington, as he addressed the media.
On a besoin des députés qui travaillent pour Sudbury et pour le Grand Nord de l'Ontario.
Poilievre was headed to Sault Ste. Marie after his stop in Sudbury. He was in Thunder Bay on Friday and stopped in Timmins and North Bay before heading to the Nickel City. For Sudbury.com, I'm Jenny Lamotte.
So there you go. He was here and in the cold, just right during, the second storm, just at the end of the second storm. So the climate or the weather, sorry, it wasn't climate, it was weather that was happening. Sometimes gets mixed up with each other. It was a weather event. Did you know that the city of Greater Sudbury declared the storms a significant weather event? They declared it.
What's up with these people just declaring things? This is so annoying.
The declaration of a weather event from the city.
I didn't know people didn't like Pierre Poilievre, but I met
some people don't.
a couple people, and I noticed when I was staying there that they watched like the CNN in the morning and just their opinions about stuff. But a lot, they just think he is someone said he's just another. What's
Trump.
our last prime? No.
The Harper.
Harper. He's just another Harper.
What does that even mean?
You know?
What does that even mean, though? He's another Harper. Like, so what happened? That was bad affected their life. That was bad when Harper was in. Really, that's what I mean. When you start asking people questions, eventually they go, "Oh, I am not going to talk about it anymore,"
right?
Because they don't know what they're talking about to begin with. That's what people, when they storm off all mad, they no, that's it. Conversation's over. It's like anyone who says that, usually, like they just can't talk. They just can't communicate because they don't know what they're talking about.
I know.
They're either lying. It's either you catch someone in a lie, they can't talk anymore. But that's the thing with it. So you ask somebody, okay, why was Harper so bad? So
I don't know. It's a good
economically,
question. But I should have asked that question. Been like, oh, why was?
Yeah.
But I tried to ask questions, and we were not allowed to talk about anything. I was just like, whoa, whoa.
See what I mean? You weren't allowed.
Here.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to talk.
I wasn't allowed to say the word Trump.
No.
Whoa. I was like, whoa, okay, alrighty.
And that's the thing with. Yeah, that's the thing. Why can't we have these conversations? Why can't people be educated and know why they like someone or don't like someone? It's just they don't realize they're being influenced by mainstream media usually.
People are like, Trump is a bully. I'm like, you need a bully as a president. You can't be bullied around. You better be the bully. Really? A guy that's just so peaceful, that may not work. Like Trump, I don't know. You might need a bully. It just seems like there's other bullies around, and I'd want the biggest bully of them all. Make sure that my people are protected.
And if you look at people making those claims, I mean, there were no major wars when Donald Trump was president.
There was zero wars.
That the US
he pulled everybody out.
So, I mean, there were wars right after with Joe Biden.
And right before.
Just before. So, I mean, okay, so he's a bully in what way, though? Like because, maybe he speaks a certain way, or he's not the most eloquent person in the world, which he's not.
No.
Eloquent. He's actually very not eloquent. Well, when
like, come on, but nobody's talking. Like,
no, I know they don't
talking. Like, they feel bad for him. No, let's feel bad because he's sick.
No, they don't want to say incompetent, right? That he may be too old or not fit to run the most powerful country, arguably in the world. So there we have a little kitten there, little tiger, little baby tiger. That's what we should have a show, just a segment with just animals. Just everyone brings their pets and like a show and tell, pet show and tell day. I bet you we'd have way more viewers.
Way more,
as people have a hard time talking about politics and issues. So we're gonna have Mike Parent on the show tomorrow, everyone. Mike Parent will be joining us. I have to send him the link, and so he'll be on. I'm hoping to start a little earlier tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So maybe about 20 after 7, because I have to end at about 20 after. We're going to wrap up right now because I'm not doing I'm not doing this show anymore from right at work. So I have to drive, and I need to be there for 8:30. So anyways, so that's why we got to wrap up a little bit. So if you can be on a little bit earlier tomorrow, we're going to dedicate the whole show to a conversation with Mike Parent. Anyone's questions, email them to me at sudburynews@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to get your questions up. We're mainly going to be talking about possibly the arena, the photo radar for speeding, what's going on with that, when can we expect them to go live, and why is it, and where's the money going from it, and is it going to keep our community safer? The snow removal. So the last two snowstorms, I shared 2 viral posts. One was on the radar, one was on the photo radar, the speeding cameras, and one was on snow removal. So I'm going to take some of the things that were said on those and talk to him about that. Those are the main things we'll be talking about. We can be talking about more depending on questions from viewers.
Maybe you can make a post on Sudbury News that I can share about questions to ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe that's good too. So if I'm asking people to email me, maybe I'll put it up. I'll say, Mike Perron will be on the show tomorrow. What are some questions? Again, don't feel there's some nefarious things going on that I'm ignoring some people's questions and only giving other people's questions. I'm going to do my best to take questions that I think are similar, and I'm going to put them into one main question. So that way we're not asking a lot of the same things. And, and if your question doesn't come up on it, it's not that I'm doing that on purpose. We only have like 40 minutes of conversation. And so it's not on purpose. But yeah, I'll put that up and you can share it. I'll do that as soon as I can when I get settled at work after I have to deal with a sensitive issue. So anyways, we'll be back same time. Well, a little bit earlier tomorrow on CKLU 96.7 FM, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. So make sure to join us for the Ward 5 City Councilman Mike Perron on to answer your questions. It's going to be a great show, and Nick will join us as well. So hope to see you there. Stay tuned now for Earshot Daily on CKLU 96.7 FM. Thanks, Nick, for being with us today. Great show.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, everyone.
Adios, amigos.
This is Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.